So righty, so let's do it. Today we are going to do highly requested pierogis. Yes, you heard me right. Let's do it. So for the pierogis, I have over here 2 cups of the flour. You're going to need 1 egg, and the flour that I use is that Bob's Red Mill all-purpose flour. Also, we're going to need hot water. Yes, hot water, and a good kitchen robot. So each family in Poland has their own secret to do the best dough. For me, I keep it simple. Simple is the best. I tried with the oil in the dough. For me, it's kind of gooey. I do not like it. I prefer just the way my mom was doing for many years. And me and my sister, we have the same recipe, and it's always a bulletproof recipe. Alrighty, let's do it. Alright, I'm not going to add the whole egg because it's not that much flour, and the trick with the egg is the egg needs to just hold the dough, but too much of the egg will make that dough too tough. The more eggs you have, the better pasta you have. The more eggs you have for the pierogis dough, the more tough the dough is and less tasty for pierogis. All right, so let's mix it. Yes, I'm going to just mix it, just the egg with the flour, because when I add that hot water, I do not want to boil that egg that is just sitting on the top of the flour. I want that already incorporated. Okay, now we're going to add hot water. How much? It depends on how dry your flour is. Okay. All right, now let's do it manually. Alrighty guys, so the dough is good when you press and it's bouncy. I need to add a little bit more fucking flour. It's too sticky. Oh god, so sticky still. All right, it is ready. Here you go. You want that pie like this. You want the dough like that. It's bouncing off. You can see that they are disappearing. Okay, now we need to give that dough a rest for at least few minutes. By the way, guys, I'm going to link that mat in the Amazon description. It is the best mat ever to do any kind of doughs, pies on it. It is genius. Rule number one with this dough: when you give that dough a rest, make sure it's covered. It will dry really quickly. You don't want tough, dry dough. All right, let's start the filling. So it's going to be blueberry pierogies. Yep, those are mine and my husband's favorite pierogis. So for the blueberries, of course, they are already washed. They are still wet, and there's a purpose why. And just FYI, guys, if you do not have a fresh blueberries or it's off the season for them, you always can use also a frozen one. It works the same as with the frozen ones. So let's add sugar. The sugar needs to coat all of those blueberries. I'm going to add like 3 tablespoons of the sugar. Mix that well so it's all nicely covered with the sugar, coated. Okay, perfect. And make sure there is no stems in it. It is not good to eat with the stems. Okay, let's pull this on the side. All right, it is a time to roll the dough. Number one thing you will need is some sort of mat. I highly recommend this one, a dough roller and a cookie cutter. So I'm going to use that smooth cookie cutter. Depends on how big you want them. This is how big you can have them. So for blueberry pierogies, I usually like them big. Okay, let's pull out. Always have your flour nearby because it might be sticky. Don't use the whole dough on one time. It's going to be too much to roll. I always cut some piece. Cover the rest. Roll this on the side so it's nice ball. Okay. The next thing I like to, in my hands, just form a larger flat surface. Okay. Both sides needs to be in the flour. I like to move that extra flour on the side so it's accessible. And let's do it. Each side needs to be equally rolled, so there's no like in the middle big, so it's not like in the middle you have a thick dough and on the sides you have a thin. So it's not like in the middle you have a thin dough and on the sides you have a thick dough. And FYI, for the blueberries, it needs to be a little bit thicker than for any other pierogis. Okay, the dough is getting sticky. Okay, flip that side and roll it again. All right, feels really good, and in the middle it's the same. All right, I am going to stop in here. Now let's cut it out. So when I was a kid, we didn't have a cookie cutter, so we've used usually a glass and a knife, and we went with the knife around the edges of the glass. Now, since I have a cookie cutter available, it is so much easier and faster to just cut it off the circles. Do not toss these extra ones. Right, this is the extra ones. I'm just going to form a bowl with them. And this goes back, and this goes back to the rest of the dough. And cover it up. All right, this is how I put all of those, so I'm having them ready to fill them up. Right, I'm going to show you quickly how to roll already these ones that are done, and then I'm going to finish the rest and we'll continue. Alrighty, so sometimes the dough is not sticky anymore because there is a flour. This is why I always have a little glass or something with a water. Alright, now our blueberries. So grab as many as you can, fill them up in here with that delicious sugar. Alright, looks like it might be too much. Okay, I usually like to start in the middle to pinch that dough. Okay, it feels like it's sticky, so I don't need water. Nope, it's going to be too much. Okay, make sure you do not have a hole. I am trying to be too generous with the blueberries, so just be careful with that. Okay, I think I added too much, but it's okay, I'm going to deal with it. And usually you have that pretty pattern over here. That pattern is not only for the decoration, but also to keep your pierogi together. So for that you need just a fork. So here you go, and just keep going like that, but make sure you do not poke the hole with your fork, just enough on that edge. And beautiful pierogi is done. And beautiful blueberry pierogi is done. All right, let me show you one more time. I'm going to try add a little bit less. Okay, here we go. I usually like to be too generous, and that's my problem. It's going to be too much. All right, let me show you with the water. So put the finger in the water and just go with that water on half of that circle edge. And again, like the previous one, grab the side. I'm going to toss this one, it's trying to run away. Okay. And here you go. Make sure it is tight. You don't want this to open. See, I poked a hole, so it happens even to anyone. Right, I'm going to do it again. Okay, so let me show you on the another one. So grab blueberries. I'm going to try to be not as generous. Okay, so for that, put that finger in the water and just go with the half edge of that circle. Here you go. It is done. Okay, and like with the previous one, grab it from the middle here, tied it up. This one is too much. If it's too much, pull it out. If it's not enough, you can always add. It's better this way than having them broken. All right, very important tip, always pinch them here really good. You do not want this to open. And again, press. Okay. Here you go. And we are all good. I will see you when I'm finished these ones and the rest of the dough. In the big pot, you need to add water. How much? Not too much, just half of it. And you need to boil it. Another thing to that water, we're going to add oil, any kind of oil. How much? Just like a tablespoon or so. I never measured that. It's just the top has to be greasy. So that oil in that water will prevent the pierogis to stick to each other. You do not want them sticky to each other, because then they're going to break and all the filling is going to be exposed and not going to be as presentable and tasty as you want. Another thing, we are going to add a pinch of salt. Now we just have to wait until it starts boiling. So I just want to show you, this is how many pierogis I was able to make with just 2 cups of flour. And if it's coming to blueberries, I used a little bit over 18 ounces of blueberries. It was like a big package bought in Costco. So I have 38 blueberry pierogis. Also guys, before that water starts boiling, because then everything, so before that water starts boiling, just get ready a few things, because then it's going to get really quickly. Number one, you need some kind of a spoon or something that has like that holes, and I think that it will drain the water from those pierogis. Then a little drain like this with nice holes, and something to catch extra water when it's going to get dry. And then I also keep on the side a plate so I can pull the pierogis from here when they drain into the plate. And also, very important, on the side I have a cold water. Alrighty, it is almost ready. Alright, the water is ready. Let's start it. So I take few pierogis on my hand. Be careful because sometimes they can get sticky to that board, so you don't want to rip them off. So I have 4 here, 5, and then I slowly drop them into that boiling water. First all these 5s, and then I gently try to mix them by not poking them. All right, let's do it. One more. And how much do I fit? Not too much. I don't want to have them crowded, but I don't want to have them not enough. It's a big pan, so I can add a few more. Always mix after adding them. You don't want them to be stuck to the bottom of your pan. Okay, a few more. Try to add 4 more, so this way I have equal parts for the next. Okay. How long do we cook them? Only until the water starts boiling, and then we're going to pull them out. It's going to be pretty quick. So when the water starts boiling, then we're going to grab that cup of water. We're going to add that water into that boiling water with the pierogis, and then we're going to pull them out. Be careful, do not poke them. Now we're going to wait for that water to start boiling again. And we're going to add the rest. We're going to add the rest of them. Okay, so these ones, I want to show you how much water might have been. It's not too bad, just a tiny bit left. Okay, so when they are still warm, I like to pull them out on that plate, so they shouldn't be sticky, but still just to prevent the stickiness. So what I do, I just do them like one by one, pulling them out and putting them on a side. That side that is over here, it's going to be non-sticky. That side, since it's wet, it's going to be sticky. So that side I'm putting here and it's not moving. The same as with this. So this one is going to be not sticky. See, it's going to stay. But if I move this one, well, it's a bad example. Okay, non-sticky and a sticky. It's not moving. Okay. Okay. Alright guys, water is boiling. We have a cup of water. We're going to add that into our pierogis. There you go. And we are done. Let's pull them out, so be careful, do not try to poke them. I have a broken one. Yeehaw! Ready. So they are all ready. So now, very important thing is we're going to make a dressing. Yep. So I'm going to use my favorite Harmless Harvest plain yogurt. And in Poland, we very often use sour cream for those blueberry or strawberry pierogis. Since I have a lactose intolerance, I have to use yogurt. So for the yogurt, we are going to add like 2 heapy tablespoons of sugar, a little bit maybe more, depends on how sweet you want. Okay, now you need to mix that well, so it's going to be a creamy paste. Okay, I don't feel any more sugar. Let me try. Oh my god. All right, and that we're just going to add on the pierogis. They are all ready. Now let's taste. A little warning. They are a little bit liquid inside, so make sure you do not mess yourself or anything around with the blueberries. Just the warning side. Okay, I'm going to dig in with the whole thing like that. Amazing. They are definitely the hit. Oops. This is the inside. You have those delicious blueberries. Oh god. The dough, it's just perfect. It is soft. It is just perfectly made, not too tough, not too soft that it's not going to be holding the texture. Inside you have this soft and juicy and sweet blueberries. It's always a hit in my house. I remember when I was a kid in a high school, when I was in high school, we used to hike a lot, and every time we went to buy the blueberry pierogis, we all would like ate so many of them that we were like checking whose tongue is going to be more blue than the other from eating that many blueberries pierogis. But you have to try it. it is the best pierogis. I hope you loved that video and my pierogis, and hopefully those pierogis going to end up in your kitchen and your family will love them as my family loves them. Comment me if you ever tried pierogis. Which ones did you try and which ones did you like them? And let me know what do you think about the blueberry ones, if you ever tried them, because not everybody knows about the blueberry pierogis. Closer to December, me and my sister and my niece, we're going to meet with you guys. We're going to meet with you and we're going to show you more fillings for pierogis, because this is when we are getting in and doing all those different kinds of pierogis for Christmas. So hopefully I will see you with my next video, especially the ones with the delicious pierogis. Subscribe, press the like button, and I will see you with my new video coming next week.